they were talking about because me and him were hanging out, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys are like a couple," and he's a bear.
Uh-huh.
Understood now.
I identify as an otter.
I don't know what the that means.
Meat popsicle. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and kick the intro. Who's doing
I
the
got
actual
it.
intro? All right, good.
I'll do the intro.
Hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, work, work. Earn my pay. Hard work, work. Hard work. Do it every day. Hard work, work. I get up about 2:45. Hard work, work. To go and earn my pay. Hard work, work. Put my boots on and lace them up. Hard work, work. Another day to work. Hard work, hard work. That's what they say. Hard work, hard work. I earn my pay. Hard work, work. Move on now.
What's going on, you beautiful sons of bitches? This is the talk where we get a bunch of dummy thick idiots from the No Sleeves Network together and we reminisce like we were back sitting in the talk in the army days, fucking around, talking about a bunch of shit we're probably not supposed to, and generally just having a damn good time. Some debauchery, discussion, debates, but the boys are always there. And we bring the boys in. My guy, top right, Evo. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing great.
Fuck yeah. Byron, you look very like 90s punk. You like Limp Bizkit right now, very much. How you doing, my guy?
I did it all for the nookie.
Yes.
It's a very low bar for Mike for you to be Limp Bizkit. Just put a backwards hat on.
Yeah,
You're basically
hat, bro.
Fred
Like
Durst.
I said, you
Yeah.
totally look like Fred Durst. Yeah, I'm
Have
doing
you
okay.
fucking seen Fred Durst recently? I think you do look like Fred Durst.
It's quite possible. Isn't his beard like super white?
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude looks like a Banff, so I'm okay with it.
And my guy below me, first time in a little while, the Vanilla Gorilla. You're back.
Bang
Hey,
Bus.
how you doing? In the Bang Bus.
I'm in a van down by the river. Actually, I'm in a van in a church parking lot. But
Are
You're
you
gonna
allowed to be at this church parking lot, David?
Are you gonna go in afterwards and kind of say your Hail Marys and?
no, I'm not Catholic.
Oh, fair enough.
He's part of a sting operation right now. There is a priest in there diddling people. Hopefully not his kids, because his kids are in there.
Bless you, my son.
My wife and kids are in church right now, and I'm in the van doing the talk.
Committed. Unlike our friend, could not make it. Had some other obligations. We won't give him too much shit. I understand. Family before this, but this is also very important. It gives us a chance as men, as friends, as just compatriots to be able to talk about whatever comes to mind. Sometimes it's random, stupid bullshit. Like I got some random, stupid bullshit today, and we're gonna get into a fun little idea concept for the show. But sometimes we have more important things to talk about, things that are, they just mean so much more. That could be religion, politics, and sometimes it goes beyond all of those things. It transcends a lot of different things. Byron, I'm kind of putting you on the spot here, man. I know we talked a little bit before the show. You have something you'd like to talk about, and I think it's really important. So I feel like this is the way that we should start today's show.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely good example to start off with. You asked me how I'm doing, and I'm like, hey, I'm doing great. No, man, I'm not really doing great. My family's not doing great. About 2 weeks ago, daughter was getting ready for school. She came downstairs, just kind of seemed a little off, wife was kind of picking and poking and prying with her and asking her what's going on, what's wrong with her. My daughter was very, very pushing back, not wanting to talk about it. And eventually pried out of her that my daughter said that she wanted to kill herself, that she had thoughts of suicide. She had a plan. She had a method. I mean, from that point, we kind of had to take action. This is something that you just don't kind of blow off and just say, you know what, go to school, you'll get better, or whatever. We had to take her into the ER. We had to over and over again all day, listen to my daughter essentially tell every single doctor, every single nurse, every single psych, every person that came in the room, ask the same exact questions. And I mean, I had to listen to my kid, my 12-year-old kid, tell the doctor every time, like, yeah, I was going to hang myself. That fucking hurts, dude. It really, really sucks. I'm incredibly proud of my daughter for opening up and actually being able to say those words. You know, it. I told her, that this sucks and we'll get through it and we'll get you better. But I'm proud of you because you were able to talk about it, man. It took me 40 years to be able to get on a video call with a VA representative and say, yeah, man, I've had thoughts of killing myself before. And I think we really just need to continue pushing mental health awareness, especially in the kids, whatever they're going through, we don't know, and we don't know what's going on in their heads.
Byron, I'm really sorry that you are and your family and your daughter are going through this. Thank you though for sharing your story, her story, and being open, being vulnerable enough to do that. Because what this show is going to hopefully do and continue to do, maybe it's done a little bit of already, is connect people in different ways. Sometimes it's through laughs, sometimes it's through, an emotional connection. And obviously, I think I speak for everybody. Our hearts and our thoughts go out with you and your family during this difficult time. And I think it's great that you're talking about it. I've had my own things. I recently started talking to a therapist myself. Decided to try some medicine as well because I was not the person that I wanted to be, not anywhere near things that your daughter has gone through. But being able to talk about mental health is one of the biggest hurdles. We're all a bunch of men. We've done things. We've gone to war, and you're not supposed to talk about it because if you talk about your feelings,
you're weak.
Or if you're weak, right? Yeah. Or I'm sad. Well, it means I'm sucking dick. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, and that's just not the way it is. And I think as we get a little older, maybe a little bit more wiser, we start to realize that a little bit more. I don't want to hog any more time. Somebody else hop in here.
Yeah, we obviously being veterans and having a background that we do, it's easy for us and probably everyone that watches this who's a veteran, they probably know someone who's had these dark thoughts. They very high likelihood that that someone has taken their life. And it sucks that suicide has become so pervasive in our society as an outlet, that it reaches down into our children, and it hits home because I mean it's spring break right now for my kids here, and I get to see them, and to think about either of those boys having to go through mental struggles like that. I mean, they're resilient as hell. They've gone through so much, but it breaks my heart to think about that. That's something that they could have to go through. And like I said, it kind of hits home probably for us as veterans because our community is so tied into this issue. We've talked about in previous episodes the 22 a day thing and how it's realistically expanded from there, to a bunch of us going on, the march that we did last year and trying to find ways to help cope with it. It's a stigma in our community, to talk, to let out your feelings. But the thing is that most of us can look back at a lot of the units that we've been a part of, and maybe not everybody there, but you have a squad, a platoon, a best buddy, someone that you probably are, best friends with, or we're best friends with at the time, or you let into those deep dark areas of your life, and they're still going to be able to be there for you if you're going through something. And so I think we all just have to remember that there's someone out there that is willing to listen, but it's also big on us that we make ourselves available to everybody that we know that that we're here to listen, we're here to talk with you, we're here to help ferry you get through those bad times. And if you feel like you don't have someone like that in your life, there are resources. There are free resources available, especially for veterans. You can dial 988, press 1, and you will have confidential support for whatever you're going through. Available 24/7. The VA has options. You can text 838255 to immediately connect with a crisis counselor. There are resources out there. It's tough taking that first step, but I mean, from all of us here at the Talk and the No Sleeves Network, like, we implore you, if you are having any of those feelings, please talk to someone, talk to us. If we don't know you and you're watching our show, hit us up on social media. We are available. We'll listen.
Byron, my man, my heart.
I
got
appreciate
to
it.
you. Yeah. Guys, let's change the tone.
About sex?
All right. Are there more ants or more fish?
Fish?
What?
Are there more ants or more fish on planet Earth?
Fish.
Fish.
I think it's ants.
I think it's fish.
I think it's got to be ants, bro. I believe that ants have like the most biomass of any organism on the planet. Now, but okay, and I understand the idea of fish because the ocean is fucking massive, right?
70% of the Earth.
But
is water.
ants are so small, and they are in the millions, and they don't take up much space. I feel like there are just got to be fucking trillions, quadrillions of goddamn ants. And I mean, there's a lot of fucking fish, but
A lot of fish.
That, like, asking the question, I didn't answer there because I was trying to compute, and I just went straight to the old naked lady giver and I Googled it for us. So I do have the AI answer available.
Okay, do we want the AI answer yet, or do you guys what do we think?
Well, so what I'm saying is, I'm not. Is it 70% of the Earth is water, or is that ocean? But anyway, I digress. You have ocean and you have freshwater. You got Minnesota has got 10,000 lakes. You got all these lakes. There's a farm pond right back there that have gooses in there, and I'm sure there's some fish. Like, there's fish everywhere. Like, there's Raising Long John Silver's right over there. Fish. Like, fish is everywhere, man.
71% of Earth's surface is water covered, and the oceans hold about 96.5% of all of Earth's water.
Okay. So, Dave, I'm hearing what you're saying, bro.
So that's
There's a lot of
surface,
fish.
but then also there's depth.
Depth. Like, the Marianas Trench, there's probably a big old megalodon just chilling down under there.
That's right. The Meg,
Fish.
shout out.
Or aliens. I mean,
Alien fish.
Octopus may be aliens.
Byron, what do you think, brother? Answer fish.
I initially thought fish, and I was kind of under the same thought. How much of the ocean have we not explored? We don't know, man. It might just be fat fucking packs of fish down there that we don't even know about.
Maybe there's ant-sized fish.
Boom. I mean, krill is krill a fish?
I don't know if krill counts. I don't think krill counts.
I mean, I did cheat a little bit, and
krill are not fish.
I didn't look that up, but the number I'm seeing is quite impressive. Though I can't find.
Well, hold on. So you guys have the answer. Apparently, this is me and Dave.
It's fish, man. I'm down.
Team ants. It's team ants all the way.
Like he said, there's ant-sized fish. There's not fish-sized ants, so take your ants and go blow it out of a blowhole.
God, that would be fucking frightening.
Well, there could be fish-sized ants if there are ant-sized fish. Wrap your brain around that shit.
I mean, there's the whole different universes, right? With every variable.
Yeah, Ant-Man goes in the quantum realm.
Wait. Does Ant-Man count as an ant? And does Aquaman count as a fish?
Two different universes there.
Yeah, I'm fucking lost.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so what is the answer? What do we got, guys, with the Google machines?
According to Google AI, there are estimated to be significantly more ants than fish on Earth, with one study estimating 20 quadrillion ants, which is
20?
more than the combined biomass of all wild birds and mammals. 20 quadrillion. For fish, some estimates suggest that the sea alone has 10 billion tons of fish, or 20 trillion pounds. And that's just looking at straight biomass.
That's just the sea. Where's my freshwater fish?
I don't know.
I mean,
it says, while the exact number of fish is difficult to determine, they are abundant.
Okay, yeah, correct.
What about pet shops?
Exactly. Walmart's got some goldfish right over there.
That's true.
I still say with fish, because hey, you could take your 20 quadrillion. But
so somebody told me that ants had like a crazy high biomass. I was like, I mean, whatever.
Well, that's what it's saying. The estimate is that there's significantly more ants than fish on Earth, with one study estimating 20 quadrillion ants.
That's insane. That's an absolutely
and that is more combined biomass than all wild birds and mammals. But it's estimates. You got to remember, there's not a true census going on. Pardon me for sounding racist here, but they all don't have IDs, so they can't show up and vote and all that shit. So we don't really know. And how many of these ants are dead but still collecting Social Security? Same with the fish. I don't fucking know.
Somewhere in the millions, apparently, if it runs anything like the American system.
Yeah. I want to put this into perspective here. Quadrillion. 15 zeros. It's a 1 and then 15 zeros.
Well, it's a 20 and 15.
That's 1,000 trillions.
Yeah. That's
ridiculous.
I can't conceptualize.
There are 10. Yeah. He said there's 10 trillion tons of fish, so maybe my fish are heavier than your ants.
I mean, do we do the math? Like, what's the average weight of a fish and divide it by how many pounds? And
it's getting too
now,
fucking scientific.
Listen, if krill counted, I believe that fish probably take it, because krill are just they're ants of the sea, I believe.
They are shrimp, essentially in the shrimp family, crustacean of some sort, and
that's not fish.
You don't get to count shrimp.
That's not fish.
See that?
They're considered marine biolife. Marine biolife.
Oh, see, you capped me there, man.
I'm sorry, I didn't.
You're shooting me in the knees. You're shooting me in the knees, man.
All right, so if the fish recruit krill and shrimp,
yes, hey,
where are we at?
One of us. One of us.
This is actually the plot of fucking the last Aquaman movie, if I'm not mistaken.
I've never watched any of them.
They're shitty, but my girls love them.
What about plankton?
Big Amber Heard fans?
Zooplankton?
I mean,
isn't plankton a plant?
Oh, well, there's two types. There's a plant-like, and then there's an animal-like, which is the zooplankton. Does that count?
No, we don't want them. No, we don't want them.
I think maybe like fish versus ant, like true definition fish versus ant. Ant wins. If we're talking marine life in general,
marine life wins.
Yeah, hands down.
I don't know that you could argue against that. So I understand your point, Dave. I really, really do.
Because this show is becoming crazy about zoology. I just want to know how many fish in the sea got this sucking power like this one right here.
Yeah.
That gorilla grip. Oh.
That's classic line right there, my man, by the way.
Does that thing take Apple Pay?
I was about to say, I'm going to take this thing back to the hotel real quick.
Did you dip your wiener in the water?
I did not. There were kids present. I got my kids here, like I was saying earlier. They were right to my left, and they don't need to be seeing that at that age. They're 9.
And I believe your lady was to the right, and I know how she is. She just stabbed you.
Yeah, she was actually holding her Glock
Yeah.
while recording the video. Look, also, I'd be remiss. We did the Lyman Lounge. What was it, yesterday, Mike?
Yes.
And I showed one of the boys' pet rocks on the show.
Yeah.
His name is Potato. Believe it or not, it's shaped kind of like a large russet potato. Well, the other one said I had to show his rock. So right here, I have Bob.
Hell yeah.
Bob has made it onto the talk
Bob.
forever on the internet.
Hell yeah, Bob. But actually, I think that's our first guest on the talk who is not a part of the No Sleeves Network. But I mean, Bob's probably part of the No Sleeves Network.
I mean, honorary member, probably.
It's in the family.
It's in the family. Guys, so I'm going to open it up topics because I let us off with some ant fish. Before we dive into my next thing, which is another animal, I told you, animal heavy show today. What else we got? Anybody got something, Evo?
Well, for me, I don't have a ton right now because my mind is truly focused on spring break and putting on the weight right now. Biggest thing is, obviously, we've talked a lot of politics recently. If you're unaware, we have a new president in office, and the country seems really torn about whether or not to like Trump or not. And for the most part, I have been positive towards things that he has done and his cabinet has done and accomplished. But I'm interested to gauge people's thoughts on this one. So under the Biden administration, we had a whole bunch of military installations renamed because they previously were named after things like Confederate generals and stuff like that. And I hated that we renamed it. Not because I love Confederate generals, but because I don't like trying to sweep our bad history under the rug. I think that's stupid. Also, I understand the financial implications of changing an installation name in the U.S. military is fucking astronomical. All right, Doge needs to get on that. But now we're starting to switch them back in kind of the most petty way possible. It's like, we're gonna find someone that has the same last name as the previous post name and name it because of them. Which, by all means, that is cool for those soldiers, sailors, airmen, whoever that are now having their names honored for these posts. But also, it seems like a very backwards slap to previous administration to do that. And I, for one, I hate that Fort Rucker is now called Fort Novacell. I hate it. I can't get behind it. But it is what it is. It is switched. They're switching it back to Rucker. That's the joke is they're switching it back to Rucker because they gave Darius Rucker a one-day contract in the military. But they're doing this at a whole bunch of different places. And while I don't think they ever should have switched, I'm almost as pissed, if not more pissed, that they're switching them back. Because as a taxpayer, I feel like this is the sort of bullshit that Doge should be stopping, saying, hey, let's stop this dick measuring contest of utilizing our military bases as political pawns, essentially, just to piss off the other side. Because I understand the financial implications. It costs so much money. Like every fucking document related to that post has to be changed. Every physical monument on the post, anything signage, all has to change. All the digital stuff has to change. There are millions and millions of dollars, possibly billions of dollars, going into changing these post names. And while, again, I don't think they should have switched in the first place, it pisses me the fuck off that we are going back because it feels like it's just wasting our money at this point.
Now, I think it might be a little cheaper switching back if they didn't get rid of all the signages in the first place. Hey, let's just open up the garage back there and re-put our sign back up.
You make a good point, Dave. The military does nothing fast.
Right. So if they still have the old signages, that's a little bit of money. But yes, I agree. I don't know what Confederate or what bad person Fort Benning was, but it was changed to Fort Moore. And I do agree that Moore was a deserving individual that should have that post named after.
Is that Hal Moore?
Sure.
Yeah, Hal Moore.
Yeah,
100% deserves one.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is that it's almost like a fuck you to the people whose names it got changed to as well.
Yeah,
like, I
and
don't like the switch, but also now you're switching it back. What?
Yeah,
Like is it a fuck you to Hal Moore?
Right, like Novacell you mentioned was a great dude. Like I don't like somebody I read about all this previously, and they're like he's an aviator, all that stuff, warrant officer, and you got the aviator and the warrant officer corps down there in Novacell Rucker area. So it's yeah, we changed it, but now we shouldn't change it back just because now the people that got changed to you now saying, oh, you're not good enough anymore.
Yeah, it's frustrating to me.
Byron, go ahead. I'll finish this up because my complaint is not even going to be about like I'm going to just be the asshole at the end. Go ahead, Byron.
So being somebody who resided at the center of the universe for quite some time of my military career, I am ecstatic that Fort Bragg is going to be Fort Bragg again. I feel bad for whoever got the big fuck you, and what was it, Fort Liberty? Yeah, come on.
Yeah, I don't think Liberty was a person.
Yeah. I will say I have a guy.
Fuck Liberty.
Fuck that. It's got to be Bragg.
Liberty Bibbity.
I've got a dude at work who was at Fort Bragg. He was in the 82nd when they were doing the whole switch over from Bragg to Liberty. And he said it was a gigantic fucking waste. Like they used soldier labor essentially to make those changes that you were talking about, Evo. Like the details of just going around and changing street signs, changing out the sign. I mean, like you said, everything's got to change. It's crazy.
Okay. I'm going to use the hard R word. So if you're offended, I apologize. This is fucking retarded. Absolutely fucking retarded. And it proves simply that the right and the left are the exact same thing. Because they changed the left changed it because, oh no, it's bad. The names are bad. And identity politics got them fucking smacked. And the right buried them for it. This is stupid. Nobody likes this. Don't do it. And you're wasting a shitload of money. And then they turn around and do the exact same fucking thing. There is no difference between right and left. It's different viewpoints, but they're going to do the same things. It's so polar opposite and so obnoxious at this fucking point. It feels like we're never going to get back anywhere near the center. It's somebody shits in somebody's cornflakes on the right, then they do it on the left, and it just keeps bouncing back and forth. This whole thing is stupid. They absolutely should not be changing them back because the mandate also says stop wasting our goddamn money. The names have changed. That was stupid in the first place. Now it's even more fucking stupid to change them back because you're going against the things that you said you were going to stop just so you can be fucking petty.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you there. That's it feels like once again, as taxpayers, we and our money are being used as pawns. Like I could argue for both sides on this sort of thing. The left was in power before. They wanted to appease their constituents and get rid of our past. And they did that to an extent. And then now the right is hardcore MAGA, make America great again. That means bringing certain things back. And they're bringing it back in a way that technically doesn't also have Confederate people being praised, I guess. It is like, don't get me wrong, while I hate it because of the financial stuff, it is kind of genius. Like,
can I ask a question though? Because I mean,
no,
maybe it's just
no
maybe it's just me, but a lot of times we operate like we're the moral right in the world, right? America is the moral right. But if we have our politicians on the left who pander to their base just so they can become elected, and we have the right that does the same thing, shouldn't we be demanding that we just do the morally right thing regardless of who the fuck is in the right on which either side? It makes no sense to spend the money. The money from before is already spent. Why spend it again? Just do the right fucking thing. We're in this tit for tat back and forth, and it's going to drive this massive wedge until something snaps, until something breaks.
Who decides what the moral right thing is?
Mike.
The majority.
Mike.
Well, okay, Mike. The majority won the popular vote here, and
did they vote to spend more money, or did they give the mandate to Doge to stop it?
probably both. It depends. That's
So
where you
if
start
they
to
gave
split
the
majority.
mandate to stop the overspending, then why are you justifying the spending? Because you want to be petty, not you, but the people in power. That's what it's for.
I'm very
be
petty
as fuck.
I'm like the pettiest person you'll ever see.
Yeah, but that doesn't make any sense for the situation.
Yeah.
I get it.
I just thought
listen,
it
I'm
was
petty
something.
too, but
And the
I
fish is
just
that
wanted to
doesn't
get it off
make
my chest.
you can't
that
take
doesn't
shrimp
make the
out of
country
fish.
situation
Shrimp
better.
is fish. Fish still win.
Yeah.
Name of the episode: Shrimp is fish.
It might be.
All right. I love the political shit that's going on right now. It is nothing if not entertaining. If you let it get to yourself and frustrate you, that's when you start to get like the Trump derangement syndrome and stuff like that.
I hate both sides. I dislike Trump, but I hate the other side probably more because they're a bunch of fucking pussies.
This is true.
Yeah.
I guess in more of a positive light, even though this was used for political purposes, we did have those two folks, what was it? Butch Wilmore and Suni Williams returned from outer space after being up there for 9 months.
No goddamn time.
Congrats on that. That's
They're
pretty
supposed to
cool.
be there, what, a week?
Yeah, something like that.
Dude, so I want to know, as everybody here has been in aviation, you have to worry about backwards planning, contingencies, fucking performance planning. You're planning to go for like a week or whatever the hell, 2 weeks, a month. You're there for 9 months. What kind of backward, like, what are they building their contingencies? How far are they planning that this worked?
I don't know. And that's kind of where the political shit came in. You know, Trump obviously went after the Biden administration being like, you guys left these motherfuckers up here.
Right.
My question is, and I think we're all thinking it, did these two fuck?
100%.
9 months, man.
For sure.
Is that a deployment 6 on the left?
No, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is.
No.
I think I've seen that. I think I've seen that on some like really old money or something.
That's listen. Now I never
Right.
went through this. My longest deployment was 364 days. I technically got 13 months because I was in the same month twice.
Lucky you.
Yeah, it was cool.
Semantics.
If I were to be stop lost, I'd do it.
I would.
If I were, and I'm there 15, 18 months.
Oh wait, the one on the left or the one on the right?
Yeah, that's a good question, Dave.
Well,
Right.
the woman.
Hey, are
What
you
is a woman?
assuming Butch
Yes, I am
Wilmore's
fucking assuming
gender?
that the one on that Suni is a woman.
You never know.
And what the fuck is his name? Butch. Yeah, Butch is the dude. Yeah.
I don't know.
However, based on the haircut, could
He's
just be a Butch.
He's easier on the eyes than Suni.
Yeah. Looks like he's got loving cheeks there.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a rough
Skin
one,
off.
but 9 months, man. It's a long haul.
I'll do both.
Do you think that they had like enough space? Yeah, let's just do a fucking orgy.
Dude, it's in space. I mean, I think you get like some special exemption, maybe.
Yeah, the whole area code thing. I'm in a different area code. This
Yeah.
is really
It's not.
does this
It's
count?
not gay if you're in space.
Correct.
Yeah.
Or if it's through a camera.
Or if it's a three-way.
Boom.
I just want to know where they were at. Were they on the space station? Is that where they
Yeah,
were
I
at?
think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, do they have separate enough quarters in there where they can fucking nut off on their own?
I mean, they have like
Well,
a
where are
little.
you going to dispense of it? What are you...
There's ectoplasm floating everywhere. Like it's a problem. But like,
man batter bouncing off the walls.
oh no, I was talking about old SUNY Squirter Williams over here. You look at that face.
God.
She is a gusher if I've ever seen one. Good God.
It's got plastic on her couches at home.
Yeah. And it's not just an age thing.
I'm just saying she could tickle his asshole with her chin with his dick in her mouth.
That's why he's got some sort of bandage on his chin.
By the way, just give that image a real thought real quick. And
I'm assuming that the Brillo pad is what roughed his chin up, and that's why he's got some sort of bandage there. That's the gotta
we're
be
all going to hell.
The
I'm glad they're
69.
home on Earth. I'm glad they're back on Earth.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, all right. That's my contribution for the evening. SUNY Squirter Williams.
Dave, my man, you got anything?
Doug. Well, I finally finished my office. Well, almost.
Nice.
I got to put a few screws in the light fixtures.
In the barn?
Yeah, so yes, the office inside the shop.
Yeah, there we go.
Hell yeah.
Very cool.
And so I ordered doors for my shop back in November. They still haven't came. The guy came out today to get a lumber estimate, and the 3rd of April they should be out here. So they came out in November, did a little estimate to put some doors on my shop, and one door is like 24 feet wide but like 14 feet tall, and I almost had a dabble in commercial style doors, but that would have been like double the cost. So I kept the cost right around 10 G's. So I got like the biggest home style doors, and the other door is like 12 feet by like 16 feet. Anyway, the guy came out for lumber today, and he's like, "This is the biggest door I've ever seen." I was like, yeah, you're supposed to be here to fix it. Like, you're supposed to, because it's 14 feet tall, but they said they're going to bring it down like 2 feet, and it's like 26 feet wide. They're going to bring it down to like 22 feet. So yeah.
Damn, that
so we're going to be seeing some streaming hopefully before too long.
Maybe because I'm supposed to deploy in like a month. So probably not.
Oh man, yeah, you're going out of the country again. I'm gonna say me and producer Amber fuck up some zombies, bro.
Hey, I'm down for that. But the next thing I have to do, so I put the cart before the horse, right? When I first got there, I was like, let's do this. And I dug a trench from my house to the shop. Well, I'm gonna need to redig that a little bit because it's been 6 months and it's kind of filled in, and I got pecans overflowing, and it's rained and snowed and rained, and so I need to redig the trench. I got the cable and everything, but that's my next thing because, like I said, my office is pretty much done. It looks like hell, man, but I did it. My wife did it. My father-in-law did it. We did it. Like,
hell yeah.
Like I'm telling myself, I was like, I'm not trying to rent it out for a 1-bedroom apartment or something. It doesn't have to appeal to the masses. So you can see all the seams and all the blemishes and all the minor oopsies and whatnots, and
put some posters on the fucking walls.
Yeah,
toss some neon lights in that shit and stream from there. You'll be good to go, brother.
Yep. So tomorrow I'm probably gonna go drill the rest of the put the screws in the ceiling and the light fixtures, put some lights, measure the floor, see if I can go get a rug and throw it in there. But it looks good, man.
Awesome.
Nice.
All right. What the people probably really want to know though is the animal count. Have we gone up?
So if I count chicks and chickens, so like baby chicks all the way to egg producing chickens.
Whoa, hold on. Are we talking like shrimp? Are we just adding shrimp again, or adding extra chickens in here?
No. So we're talking about chicks. So
okay, all right.
So chicks, all the way to full adult hens and roosters. I got 100.
God damn!
I have counting ducklings and full-grown ducks, I got a dozen. So I got a dozen ducks. I got one turkey. I got
the turkey still is around.
Yeah, Terry. Terry's rocking hard, man.
Nice.
It was
All right.
Terrence, but it is Terry now. Terry's doing good. She's with us.
Sure.
She's laying eggs. We throw every time we bring the church people eggs, we'll throw a turkey egg in there for good measure.
I forgot about that. That you had a boy turkey that's not a boy turkey because they don't have dicks. They have cloacas.
Well, I don't know if turkeys have cloacas. Chickens have cloacas.
Whatever.
Might too.
Birds have weird shit. Okay.
Anyway, one turkey. But I was at the farm store today and they had chicks. And they said
Evo,
about
I see
next
you
month.
Googling that.
Yes, turkeys have a cloaca.
All right.
My farm store said that they're going to get some turkeys next month. So if they're blue slate turkeys, that's what we want. Because that's, I'm not sure if you can throw up a picture of a blue slate turkey, but that's what I want.
What if it turns to a girl?
Well, I'm going to get a bunch of them.
Okay.
I'm going to get a bunch of them. So also I got one quail because we had 25 and we have one left.
All right.
Between cats and dogs and dumb people, we have one quail, and I got 13 pheasant.
Jesus.
It's 128 birds.
Yes. Well, more than that. So, what I said 12, 100, 14, 1 and 1.
128. God damn it, I can count.
All right, this is what came up first image on Google, a slate turkey. Blue
slate turkey.
Hey, that motherfucker looks like it'd be good on a Thanksgiving.
It looks delicious.
That's what I like. And then I still have the 3 goats, the 1 llama. We have
Do you need
4?
my toes?
No, I was trying to count. I got
He's
4
doing
or 5.
that like those Asian kids. Fucking shit. I'm sorry, I shouldn't.
I got 4 or 5 barn cats. So I got barn cat. I got barn cat, mama cat, and 2 babies, and then daddy cat comes around every now and then. So I got 5.
Was a rolling stone.
I got 5 barn cats. They live outside. My 4 indoor cats. They still live in my Arizona room. I haven't let them privy to the rest of the house yet. But my wife did get a new dog while I was in Utah a couple months ago. It's a Marama. It's kind of like a Great Pyrenees, but it's not. It's called a Marama. It's going to be a big old, large guardian dog.
Okay, very nice.
Evo's Googling.
Byron, I believe you're wearing the wrong colors to throw up the gang sign you did, by the way.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
But that's
how you know we're white.
That's me and my animal front for now.
Yeah, look, who knew that this show was really just going to be about animal husbandry and zoology? It's fucking wild.
Big animal night. We had the vanilla gorilla. I knew it was coming.
There you go. Yeah. That's the Marama. It's a good pupper.
That's a fluffy puppy.
Yeah, it's fluffy.
That is a fluffy puppy.
Also the name of me in high school.
Fluffy puppy. That's my bedroom name.
The vanilla gorilla goes to sleep and the fluffy puppy comes out.
Well, guys, since we're here, should we stick with the animal theme and get into our first bracket that we've done as a show? I know we're missing one. Fucking Matt's just gonna have to jump in the next round.
Absolutely. We got to knock this bad boy out because Dave's got a sting operation going down here in like the next 30 minutes.
Okay, so we have the Animal Kingdom March Madness presented by the No Sleeves Network and the Talk, our top 16 animals. These were generated today at the Veteran and Military Success Center at Cleveland State University by me and all the other veterans that were in the room. So this was at least generated by a bunch of other assholes just like us. Number 1 seed number 1 seed Hippo taking on Kangaroo in the first matchup. We're going to try to get through the entire first round here today because most of these I think is going to be pretty simple. Starting off here, number one, a hippo fucking destroys a kangaroo. Hippo, no
hands
problem.
down.
Take them into
Hands
deep waters.
Yeah.
Hippo, hands down.
mouth.
We do not need
Hands
to talk about this matchup really too much. Into the next one, though. Go ahead, Byron, before I get into that next matchup.
I was going to say, like, the jacked deer, literally, though badass, literally can do 0 to harm the hippo.
Yeah, correct. Hippo, one of the biggest bite forces, I believe, possibly the largest bite force of any animal in the animal kingdom. Mean as fuck and built like me. So
they take down boats.
Yeah, number 1 seed for sure for the hippo. I feel like is the right move here.
And then after it eats the kangaroo, it just flings its poo with its tail. Like, how awesome is that?
Correct. Boom. Thank you for that. I forgot you had the soundboard. You got to be using that bitch.
Never forget the soundboard.
Yes. All right, guys, let's move on to our next matchup in the first round. This one's interesting. Gorilla versus a Komodo dragon. Gorilla, obviously, big, badass animal. Komodo dragon, also big, badass animal. Komodo dragon, possible advantage with the, is it venom or poison?
Venom. It bites you, you die venom. You bite it, you die poison.
Poisonous.
Thank you, Dave. Vanilla Gorilla knows. And your people here in a tough matchup against the Komodo dragon.
Don't let it bite you.
I had to confirm this because I was almost positive that they don't have any venom, and I'm correct. Komodo dragons have a gland that creates a venom-like substance in their lower jaw, but it is just rife with bacteria. They have a deadly bite causing rapid blood loss, shock, and prevents blood from clotting their prey because of that bacteria.
The bacteria.
So it's bacteria-ridden mouths. Yeah. What the fuck? Do the Komodo dragons have oil? Because
my gorillas are gonna drop WMDs on them.
Yeah. Look, I'll say this. I think the gorilla wins this one because the gorilla is just going to grab this thing by the tail and fucking start smashing it on the ground like a baseball bat. The Komodo dragon might get a good bite in there, but the Komodo dragon is going to die first. That gorilla's going to beat the shit out of it.
Is it 1-on-1?
1v1, all terrestrial animals in a fight to the death.
Gorilla.
Can they have guns?
No tools, just that, because if tools were an option, human beings would be in here. This is pure physical specimen.
Hey, I still think I can physically specimens half of these things.
Well, you're a large human being, but you got maybe.
All right, get rid of crocodile. Dave versus Cape Buffalo.
That's an interesting matchup in the next one. But listen, so for me, Evo, I'm also kind of going gorilla, and it's not necessarily just because you can sling it. The intelligence factor here is huge. The gorilla much smarter, I think, than the Komodo dragon. Just get behind the Komodo dragon. Gorilla figures it out. So I'm also going gorilla.
Gorilla, but it's closer than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
All right, so gorilla moves on. Makes a lot of sense here. Now on to an interesting matchup. We have a crocodile versus a Cape buffalo. Now, if you're not aware of the Cape buffalo, it's basically a water buffalo. They're deadly as fuck, apparently. They kill humans, a shitload of humans every year. Crocodile, I don't think I have to explain that one.
Humans are stupid.
Yeah.
Humans are stupid.
Don't cats kill fucking humans all the time or something like that? Like fucking house cats or feral cats or some
maybe
shit.
Sleeping on their face. I don't know.
Like, I'm
trying to get Derek in some pussy later.
All right. Well, nice. No. Not an option for me. But I had to look up Cape Buffalo. Like, obviously, everything on this list is going to be able to do some damage when you just compare it to a human. But they have predators, wild dogs, Nile crocodiles, spotted hyenas, lions.
Did you say crocodile?
I did. It is a natural predator of the Cape buffalo. which makes me question: do crocodiles hunt in packs?
I don't think they do.
I don't know. I think if you're going to see a crocodile and a Cape buffalo in the same area, I've never seen any footage where there's not fuckloads of crocodiles.
Yeah, that's true. You normally don't see a solo croc. Also, looking this up, Cape buffalo have the nickname the Black Death. They're called the Black Death or Widowmaker because they have a reputation as one of the most dangerous and unpredictable big game animals in Africa when they are wounded, and their tendency to charge at hunters or poachers. So
they kill people all the fucking time.
They do, but I don't think that they are predators.
I don't think they're going to.
I don't think the horns can obviously do some damage, but can it do damage to a croc? I don't know. I doubt it based on some of the research here. Listen, when I was putting this together, I was asking the audience, where are we seeing this guy?
For sure. I'm going to go with the crocodile in this one. I think a croc could probably grab a leg. It could do the little twisty-do thing, rip a leg off. It's going to ultimately result in a death. That Cape buffalo might get a good smash in here or there, but I think odds on would be the crocodile more often than not.
I'm going crocodile here as well, kind of going chalk to begin with. Cape buffalo makes the list because it's so fucking dangerous to people, but in terms of other animals, probably not a huge threat.
Alrighty.
Byron?
I'm going croc.
Croc. All right, guys, moving on to our last matchup on the left side here. Not that tough of a matchup, in my opinion. Elephant versus anaconda. Anaconda can take out a lot of things on this board, but it runs into its probably worst matchup that you could possibly imagine. Elephant, I think, here is essentially getting a bye. I'm full in on elephant. Elephant is a massive, brutal animal. I have seen terrible videos about what an elephant will do to something that it does not like. It will crush it flat. Anaconda's got no shot.
Yeah. All right, look, the anaconda, not venomous. It's a constrictor.
Okay.
That's a lot to constrict there.
A lot to constrict.
Elephant. Like, that's the thing, is an anaconda would, its defense mechanism here or ability to kill the elephant would have to be able to wrap around its neck and have enough force. And I don't see that anaconda getting up there.
I'm
going. Maybe if the elephant was sleeping, maybe.
But what is the point of the anaconda? Okay, so now granted, completely against the point. An anaconda would never try to eat an elephant because it couldn't. In a fight to the death, we give them both adrenaline. It would attack in the sleep, sure. It would never happen that way in nature. I just don't. You'd have to, if they know they're fighting. I don't know that the anaconda has a shot in hell.
No, I don't see that happening at all.
How thick is an anaconda? Like, I know they can be long. Like,
I mean, fucking
like at least
your waist. A waist, a man's waist, probably.
Up to 12 inches in diameter.
Elephant.
At 30 feet long.
Yeah.
Oh, I know they're long. That wasn't the. I was wondering if
you need the mass if you're going to deal with an elephant. Like anaconda takes down a bunch of shit. Anaconda beats the fuck out of a moose and some other things on this board, but elephant, it's fucked.
Yeah, I think that's an easy one. Quick sidebar: have y'all seen the video of a fucking hyena eating a dead elephant through its asshole?
No.
Fucking funny. Like the hyena can't get through the elephant's exterior skin. I'd have to pull it up here. I can do that while we're going through this.
It goes through its ass.
It tries to get through the skin, can't do it. And so there's like night vision camera video of this hyena shoving his head up its ass, just pulling out pieces of fucking organ and shit. It's hilarious.
My God.
Well, how do you eat an elephant? One bite
at a time.
Exactly.
From the asshole.
Apparently asshole first.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. We're going to flip sides here and tough matchups to begin with. When I was putting this together, I was like, Big Cats kind of got fucked on their matchups. Right from the top, Lion versus Panther. I liked Panther when it came up because I thought I might get a better matchup somewhere. But Lion versus Panther, I feel I feel bad for the panther, in my opinion. I think the lion on the strength can beat the panther. Panther maybe a little bit more agile. Lion, big ass fucking animal though. Like,
if the panther can outlast the lion, maybe the panther, but I don't know. I'm leaning toward lion.
leaning toward lion. Byron, where are you going?
I think panther.
Okay.
Panther more agile, quicker. The lion is definitely stronger, but panthers are scrappier.
That's the thing is I think that if they were just head up facing each other, have to fight, the lion very well could win that one. But the panther is going to have more wits. I think of being able to outsmart that lion to an extent and might be able to gain the upper hand by attacking it when it didn't expect it or something like that necessarily. I don't know.
Now, based on the bracket and what we just did with elephant and anaconda, they know they're in a fight.
Mm-hmm. I think that panther could break contact, getting some high weeds or something like that.
Okay, here we go. Now we're playing fucking L-shaped ambushes, and we're
yeah. I mean, maybe I'm giving a little bit too much credit to the panther, but like head to head, typically it would be the lion here, but no, I think the panther stands a chance. Not like this hyena inside. Just imagine that is an elephant's ass. It's in there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That looks like the rhino off of Ace Ventura.
Yes, very much so.
Well, it's basically the exact same thing.
And the hyena is Jim Carrey.
Yeah. So, Evo, are you going lion or panther? Because right now, if we end up with both, we're gonna have to have a little bit more discussion here. I'm good with either one. I mean, I'm down to have a conversation about it. Because this side gets tough. Worth,
we are probably going to ask AI about this later, but as of right now, I'm going to lean panther. I don't know the size comparison in the two either exactly, and I'm not going to go ahead and Google this one. I think that they probably are panthers ever so slightly smaller, I would think.
Yes.
But maybe it's just because the fur isn't as big. I don't know. I'm going to go panther. Black panther.
Well, Mike was strong lion. Byron was strong panther. Eva was leaning panther. I was leaning lion. But you guys convinced me. I'm going to change my hat to panther.
Panther. All right. There we go. Panther gets the nod. Lion, a first round knockout. A little bit of a surprise here, in my opinion. Lion goes down. Into this next one, another interesting matchup. Typically, you don't see this. It's typically lion who just gets knocked out, but tiger versus honey badger. Honey badger don't give a fuck. Typically has no problem dealing with lion. Tiger, on the other hand, in my opinion, is a problem. The big cat you don't fuck with. The big cat. Tiger takes this far and away. Tiger, its swipe would smack a lion. So I'm not worried about the next round either. Tiger, big win here on honey badger, in my opinion.
Yeah. The honey badger don't give a fuck, but it'll get itself in a bad situation with the fucking lion.
Tiger. Yeah. Well, they fuck with lions all the time.
Oh, but yeah, I'm going tiger.
Yeah, but one on one, the tiger is definitely taken. I mean, just the size differential.
You need a pack of badgers.
The tiger literally weighs 10 times more than a honey badger. It's getting yeeted with a paw.
Yeah, that swipe from the tiger is insane.
It's gonna be the boop of death.
Yeah.
Tiger.
Clean sweep, easy there. Moving on to what I think is the toughest matchup of round one: grizzly bear versus rhinoceros. This is two very, very different styles. Two large animals, very powerful. A lot of weapons for the grizzly bear. Rhino playing a lot of defense, really just trying to maul you. This one's very tough for me, so I don't know where I'm going yet. I would love to hear some arguments about where you guys think, because a rhinoceros is a fucking tank, but a grizzly bear is a mean motherfucker.
Like,
so you
grizzlies
got
the claws on a grizzly bear are as long as my hand, and my hands are bigger than Kenny Pickett's.
So you got a rhino, and it's got that tough skin, right?
That's
you
your
got that
quarterback.
thick skin on the rhino.
Yeah.
It's also got its horn where it'll just, horn you. Sorry, where's my camera?
There you go. There you go.
Very
And
nice.
so you got that. Also, I think it's got some ramming speed. Like if it gets a couple gallops in, like it might not be fast off the line, but you start. It's like me. I'm not fast off the line, but I got some get up and go behind me.
Once you get that movement, once you get
Yeah.
moving,
34 miles per hour.
And you get rammed by that rhino horn just right up you.
And a rhino's skin is up to 2 inches thick. I had to look that up as well.
So it's got some
grizzly bear. How thick is a grizzly bear's skin? I believe theirs is also incredibly thick, like 1 to 2 inches, if I'm not mistaken. You need big gun to get through grizzly bear skin.
1 to 1.5 inches for an average grizzly bear for its skin, but you also have to start to factor in the fur, which
is
as
well
another extension of padding. Look, I think that the grizzly's probably going to get some good licks in on the rhino, but overall, that rhino has a huge size advantage. It's not as agile, but I lean rhino in this one. I want to lean grizzly. Maybe that's the North American in me, but
I just had a thought that makes me think grizzly bear. If the grizzly bear, who I believe is probably more agile than the rhino, big fucking animal, move fast, straight, can't move fucking right and left. If the grizzly bear can get on the rhino's back, it's game over. If the grizzly bear gets behind the rhino, it's a wrap, because the claws of the grizzly bear are longer than 2 inches. They will penetrate into some shit.
If that rhino gets that grizzly on the ground at all and gets on top of it, it's over, though.
Done.
The weight.
Sure. He's got a puncher's chance. He's got to get the gore in.
I mean, the horn, the rhino's horn is up to 4 feet long.
4 feet.
He's got to get, that's the only move. Can the rhino land the gore?
I think
no, his only move isn't just the horn. He can also stomp. You just knock him down with that horn and then stomp or lay on him.
I think the durability of the rhino is going to lend it's winning. I mean, it's got the armor.
I'm team rhino.
I'm leaning rhino. I want grizzly, but I'm leaning rhino.
So we got rhino for Evo. Byron?
Rhino.
Dave?
Hands down, rhino.
Okay, rhino moves on. And into our last matchup, probably one of the more easier matchups. About as easy as the hippo versus kangaroo. Polar bear, moose. I'm pretty sure the polar bear is a predator of the fucking moose. Moose are huge, and their dicks can maybe beat some things here. It ain't beating a fucking polar bear.
Yeah, that polar bear's got one on the moose, especially if it's hungry, man. Motherfucker will fuck a moose up.
I'm biased. Polar bear is my favorite animal. So
all right.
I think polar bear might be on. I don't know. Polar bear versus rhino in the next rounds of why bear matchup for rhino here.
If the grizzly didn't beat the rhino,
polar bear's bigger. Polar bear's fucking meaner than the grizzly. Polar bear is the biggest, meanest of all the fucking bears, dude.
Sure, but I think for the same reasons I'm going rhino. But we're not on to that round yet.
We're not on that one.
Polar bear beats moose.
Shrimp our fish.
Shrimp our fish. Shrimp our fish.
All right. Guys. I'm assuming we're all leaning polar bear on this one.
Polar bear for the win, I think, has got to be the way. Moose is an interesting addition. I think I'd take moose over kangaroo.
Hell yeah. I would take moose. I would take moose over gorilla.
Oh, I don't know about that, dude. A fucking gorilla gets hands on fucking on the fucking horns. Antlers. He just spears his ass.
Yeah. All righty,
man. All right, guys. First round of the Animal Kingdom March Madness is complete. We'll probably end up finishing that in April, like most March Madness actually happens. I know we talked about possibly changing the name. Listen, if fucking March Madness actually happened in March, I would be concerned about it. They don't even start the shit until like 2 days from now.
Yeah,
the last week of March.
All righty. Well, do we have anything else to wrap up here before we get on out of here? Dave's got a raid that's about to happen. Byron's got to go do it all for the nookie.
So I do want to give a shout out to DeWalt. So I like DeWalt, right? I've been buying DeWalt stuff, and my farm store has a DeWalt day sale this whole week. So I went in there and I got me some good DeWalt tools. I got me this multi-tool thing, man. Like I used my father-in-law's, and like it's got like a little cutter on it like that, and goes zzz, like it's really helpful in things. Like I was trimming some drywall, cutting some, like it's great. I love that thing.
I'm a DeWalt fan as well. A lot of my woodworking equipment that I got was DeWalt, table saw and things like that. So
yeah,
so good stuff.
I picked me up some good DeWalt stuff, and since the DeWalt days, every $100 you spend, you get a $20 gift card to the farm store. So I racked up some good farm store credits because DeWalt's a little expensive.
Yeah, I feel like the farm store is probably a little expensive as well. So. But with all the animals you got out there, you keep racking them fucking credits up.
I need to find out how to get my house labeled as a farm because they're like, "Are you farm exempt?" I was like, "I should be," so I got to look into that. But
right.
For sure, find a way to get that done, brother. For sure.
Yeah.
Well,
I some money.
The farmers, I don't know. I'm not gonna. No, we're not gonna. We're not taking a left turn into that for this week. We'll wait for the next one.
All right.
All right.
I got one thing real quick.
Go ahead, brother.
All right. So you guys know, and maybe the audience might or might not know, I am a member and an officer of a beard club. It's a international beard club, has over 5,000 members, 200 some odd chapters around the world, and our big focus is charity and helping out our communities and stuff like that. We are hosting a beard competition in May called Beardo de Mayo, and we have Mike coming in as one of our guest judges. The beard competition is going to benefit Lend a Hand Food Pantry based out of Cleveland. It's just going to be a good time. Last year we did it down in Dayton. We raised a couple $1,000s for the charity down there. The year before, we raised a couple $1,000s for a Adopt a Pit charity based out of Columbus. It's just something we do as an annual event. So yeah, if you're in the Cleveland area, stop by, show off your beard.
Yeah, it'll be badass. I'm looking forward to it. I don't think I have the right type of beard to answer now. I look good. I mean, my dude.
I do like your full beard.
Really good.
Yeah.
But I'm very excited for this, and I love the fact I want to do more charity things. Like Evo brought it up earlier. Irreverent Warriors. We did the hike last year. The No Sleeves Network has been named the official media team for Irreverent Warriors in Cleveland. So that's pretty dope as well. So anytime we can do charity stuff and be a part of other organizations that we're tied to and give back, I think it's fantastic. And I cannot wait for the event. It's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, I love men with beards. Obviously, that's why I hang out with all you fucks. Well, I told you I get sad, so I suck all this dick, and then I don't know what to do.
I don't know what to do.
Just can't stop sucking dick.
Oh.
Well, I felt like that might be the way to end the show, guys. Does anybody have anything else they'd like to get off their chest before we get out of here?
Fuck Diana Rossini and the Athletic. That's it. That's more of a Lyman Lounge topic.
Yeah, we'll talk about that soon. Very, very soon, probably. Guys, thank you very much, Byron. Especially thank you for opening up and having the show start the way we did. An important message that I think that we want to get out there. Mental health is an important thing for everyone, no matter the age, no matter the occupation, whatever you do. Find somebody that you can talk to. Have a confidant, and if you are going through something, there is somebody that cares. We care. There's always somebody who cares. And if this show can be that voice that you hear, that would be more important than anything else that you do for this show. Hit us up anywhere, any place, anytime. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube. There is a Twitter for the talk as well. But with that, guys, we're going to get out of here. From everybody here, be a friend, call your friends, and make sure that somebody in your life knows that you care about them, because I know somebody cares about you. With that, we're getting out of here, though, guys. Thanks. This has been The Talk. Bye.
Hard work, work. There you go. Hard work, work. Everybody doing it right. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what we say. Hard work, work, work. Earn my pay. Hard work, work. Hard work. Do it every day. Hard work, work. Get up out of 2:45. Hard work, work. Let me go and earn my pay. Hard work, work. Put the boots on and lace them up. Hard work, work. Another day to work. Hard work, work. Hard work. That's what we say.